Hello, welcome to the Lisa Loves Stitch and Flosstube. This is, I don't know what Flosstube number it is, but I'll put it down below. I'm hopeless, I never look before I start videoing. Anyway, my name's Lisa, and welcome if you're a new viewer, and welcome back if you're a subscriber. I really appreciate that you subscribed and want to come back and see me again, and sharing my love of cross stitch. So today is Good Friday, so we're having Easter weekend, long weekend, and I'm working we have Anzac Day the Wednesday next week, so we have Monday's a public holiday, then I'll be working from home Tuesday and Thursday, Friday, so it'll feel like a longer break even though I'm working from home, just because it seems silly for us to come in for, you know, one day in between the public holidays. So this morning we went into the city, and Wayne went for a kayak on the Brisbane River, and last weekend we went to Bribie Island and Wayne went kayaking, and then his mum and dad came and had a picnic with us, and I made an Easter cake, which was a chocolate mud cake, gluten-free, with chocolate frosting on top, and I put little speckled eggs all around it and some in the middle. That was absolutely delicious, but very rich, like you couldn't have too much. And then we went to one part of the island where there's just down from where we were picnicking, and there's a ice cream shop there. It's not Flash or anything, but it's called Scoopies. Wayne's mum and dad used to take him there when he was a kid, and we went there for an ice cream, and Wayne's mum and I stopped in at the antique store there, and they have really nice antiques and at reasonable prices. So got beautiful doilies and handmade handkerchiefs and things like that, like with actual handmade lace around them, like beautiful. So yeah, so we had a look in there, and then we headed home. So that was an all-day exercise from 5 o'clock in the morning. We left, got up and left home, and then we didn't get home till late afternoon. So it worked out nice. We found a nice picnic spot where there was like about 3 tables under an awning. There was a nice little beach there, and where Wayne could easily pull up in his kayak, and there was a spot with a shower and like an outdoor shower, and a tap where we could plug the hose in to hose off the kayak before we put on the car, so it didn't drip salt water everywhere. And yeah, we set up our little barbecue and had that with Wayne's mum and dad, and just sat there just enjoying the sunshine and the beach and everything. It's just nice. We're very lucky, I suppose, in Queensland, because even in winter time it was like 28 degrees or whatever. So well, it's autumn, but it was 28 degrees I think, or 29, and so a really nice sunny day, and we were able to just sit back and relax and enjoy the weather. So that's what we did last weekend. And then yeah, today's Good Friday, so we just did the kayak this morning, and then I did a bit of housework, and just going to stitch the rest of the afternoon, I think. Maybe watch a video, like a DVD, and Wayne's just having a rest because he's tired after the long kayak. And then tomorrow we're going to Bribie again for a kayak and a picnic, and I might stop in at the antique store if it's open. Not sure, because it's a long weekend, whether they'll open. And then in the evening we're heading over to Wayne's parents' place, which is just 5 minutes from our house, and celebrating Wayne's mum and sister's birthdays combined, because his sister was born 1st of April, and his mum had her birthday last Monday, the 15th. And then we'll also celebrate Easter as well, so that'll be nice to catch up, because that's probably the last time we'll get to catch up with Anne before she has the baby. And she's getting quite uncomfortable now, so she's due to have the baby on the 8th of May. So yeah, should just probably mostly hang out at home now and rest. And we look forward to welcoming our nephew. I can't wait. And I finished his blanket, and I got him a cute little bunny, like a really soft bunny rabbit, to have when we see him for the first time. And what else? Yeah, the only thing is hard is I'll be travelling for work on the 6th to the 8th of May in Perth to do a course. And so he'll be arriving when I'm still in Perth. But anyway, I won't get to see him probably for a week till they come out of hospital, because she will need to rest. So yeah, so that's all exciting. And I've been looking up craft stores and needlework stores in Perth, but there's not a lot around, and it's really hard because most of my time I'll be finishing at the end of the day from the course, like at 5 o'clock. On my last day I might get to finish a bit earlier, in which case if I do it, there's a place near the airport. I don't know that they have much that I want, but anyway, I might go and have a look at that, or I might just do some sightseeing instead and just wander around the city because it's right on the Swan River. It's a shame I won't get time to travel to Fremantle, which is about half an hour away on the ferry, and then I could dip my toes in the Indian Ocean, but unfortunately my time's taken up with the course. So anyway, and it's about a 5-hour flight to Perth, and then about 4.5 hours on the way back because there's a tailwind usually, so it's quicker coming back. So that's what I'm getting up to come the end of the month. So firstly, I'm going to talk about just where I'm up to with my sampler for my nan. I haven't actually done a lot of stitching. And then I'll talk about Maynia and my projects for that. And then I'll do, what else? Mail call and gifting. So let's get into it. So this is the sampler. Sorry, I haven't got anything behind it. So I've put in, I don't know what I showed you last time. Actually, I should just take this out. I can't remember if I'd done all of these motifs or not. So I apologise if you've seen it all before and you're like, oh my gosh, she's showing the same thing again. Let's just put that there. So this is really annoying me. I don't like it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to finish it. It's a pansy flower. But it's 2/1 and I just don't like it. But look how tight that is. I don't know if that'll focus. But like, that's going to be a murder to unpick. I really want to unpick it, but I'm terrified that once I start it won't come out properly or I'll wreck the fabric. I don't know. I just don't like it. I regret doing it. I don't know what to do. Anywho, so I think last time I'd done the little horseshoes, and then I've since done, Nan loves, used to love playing cross stitch all the time. She was the cross stitch, oh my god, totally lost the plot. Scrabble. Oh, Lisa, I really should go back to bed maybe. Anyway, so Nan used to love playing Scrabble. She was the Scrabble queen. So I don't know if you can read what word I've hidden here, but TIME, time, as in the passing of time. Nan's 100 this year. So I just thought I'd hide that in there and just do a few Scrabble tiles. And then I did these little quilty stars, which I found in the Brenda Gervais book. Oh, not Brenda Gervais. Brenda Keys book that I bought on Amazon. Not Amazon, Book Depository. God, where's my brain today? Anyway, so I did those 3 quilty stars. And this one has a bit of DMC metallic thread in it. It's gold, but it looks silver there. But I just love that. That's my favourite one. So yeah, and this actually works out that it looks sort of like the sun over the beach huts. And then, I don't know if I showed you last time, but I did this little tennis racket because it used to be really big up the country that it was a big community day that everyone would come out and play tennis, and then they'd, you know, socialise and everything like that. So tennis was a big thing, and Nan has always loved watching the tennis on television, even when she's blind. And what I did was I was doing satin stitch down, but just left a gap, a space, and then when I was coming across, I actually wove it. So it's only anchored on each side, and I just wove it through the other threads to make it look like a proper tennis racket sort of netting. Yeah, so that's what I did in the little tennis ball. And then in the Brenda Keys book was this cute little flower motif. So I did that just in colours I had available, not the called for colours. And what else? That's it. And then what I'm going to do is a little bird, maybe a four-leaf clover, because Nan recently did her DNA heritage, and she has quite a bit of Irish heritage in her. So I'm 59% English, England, Wales, Northwestern Europe, and 41% Irish and Scottish. And Nan is majority Irish and Scottish, and the lesser one is England, Wales, and Northwestern Europe. So that was interesting. It's interesting to get a 100-year-old lady to do her DNA test for Ancestry, but well worth it. And Mum did hers, and it's really good. It's lots of fun. So I recommend doing it. We had a ball. So yeah, so that's that. And so I'll just add, all I'm doing is adding the last of a few fill-in motifs in here. I might put a little bluebird. And once that's done, I don't want to overcrowd it or anything. I'm thinking I'm going to try and brave pulling this apart. Holy cow. Oh my gosh. But if I leave it, I've got to do another one that side. That's the thing. I'm just really worried it's going to pull. It's going to be a nightmare to undo. And I'll regret it, because once I undo it, I've got to keep going. And then what if I wreck the fabric? I can't turn back time once I wreck it. Anywho, that's it so far. So that's all. And I'll try and get some more done over the weekend. I'm itching, absolutely fanging to start something else. OMG. What else? The only other thing that I worked on, I showed you that last week, which I haven't done anymore. Oh, no, that's just my spare fabric, was that little Scotty dog. But I haven't done any more on him. I was feeling guilty. I was feeling guilty that I should have been, you know, working on the sampler and getting that done. Because what I want is to be finished this month and then be able to go to Perth with my Maynia project and work on that while I'm away, and just enjoy May for doing fun stuff, fun stitching. Not that that's not fun, but I've been doing it since last year, and that's been my sole project, nothing else. And so I'm just a bit tired from it now. I've had enough. I want to try something else. So next on the list is Maynia. So normally people do Maynia is the year that it's happening. Like this year is 2019, so many people are doing 19 starts, new projects. Some might just do, you know, I don't know, 14 or something like that. Just depends on the person. And there really are no rules. The rules are, there are no rules. So just starting 19 things, well, for instance, I don't know that I've got 19 things, and the cost to kit it all up with fabric and everything is just too much. And I don't want to feel overwhelmed, because I've got other projects like this one on the go that I want to keep working on. So I don't want to start too many things this year so that I'm overwhelmed and just nothing gets finished, because I'm sick of coming on here and I haven't got anything finished. So what I'm going to do is do what Barb and Leanne have suggested for Lost in Floss is Maynia My Way, or Maynia Your Way. I'm not sure how they're hashtagging that. And I'm just going to do... Oh, sorry for moving. I'm on a desk chair and I'm unconsciously swinging around on it. And you're probably seasick by now. Sorry, I apologise. So yeah, so I'm just going to do... I've decided just to do, for me, for my sanity, 4 projects over May. So it'll be 1 new start each week for 4 weeks. So 4 new starts. And I think I mentioned this before. And I'll show you what my new starts are. I think I showed last time. So this one is in my project bag, my Hello Kitty project bag by Taryn. Is it T-Zir, Z-I-R, Handmaids on Facebook. So have a look for that one. And where's the project? This is the Old White Farmhouse Sampler by Stacey Nash Primitives. And that's it there. And it come with all the specialty threads, which are Classic Colourworks. And I'm thinking this will be my first start for Maynia. Although I'm not sure because I'm travelling. I don't know whether I want to take a big project. Like this is quite a big piece of decent size, not huge, but a decent sized piece of fabric. So this is something. I can't remember. Yeah, I can't remember. I've said it before anyway on my other ones. It's a really nice grey linen. I think it's called Pearl Grey. And what I'm going to do, which I started doing there but I need to remeasure, is I'm going to just do a tacking stitch at the corners before I start my Maynia. So I know, and I may even start part of the border just so I know where the beginning is, so when I come to do it, I'm not faffing about wasting time during that week, just measuring it all up and working out where to start. So yeah, I might just do one little bit of corner on this project just so I know where I'm at. And yeah, that'll be on that linen. And the colours are Dolce de Leche, Classic Colourworks. It's a real frosty pale pink. Really pretty. Doesn't quite come out as the same on the video, but anyway. There's that one. There's Eggshell. Oops. Eggshell, which is just a nice off-white, like a cream. Barrel Cactus, which is a pale green. That almost looks grey there. And Pollywog, which is like a greeny brown colour, like a swampy colour. And Onion Skin, which is sort of an oniony colour, I guess. Probably why they called it Onion Skin. And the border's done in this Desert Mesquite, which is this variegated green, which is really pretty, like teal green and that, yeah. So that's that one. So I think that might be week 1. We'll see. And then week 2 will be, most likely, my Waxing Moon Designs Spring House Trio. I won't show you all the colours, and that's just going to be on an ecru, which I need to cut it out actually, even weave, I think, and it's just like an ecru Brittany even weave. I don't know which one I want to start with. I'm thinking this one because I really love the rainbow, or maybe I should start with one of these and then I've got the rainbow to look forward to. Anyway, one of those. So this got lots of colours in it that are bright and cheerful, very Eastery. So that's that one. Then week number 3 is going to be in my beautiful handmade project bag by Laura of Lola Star Creates podcast. Check her out. And it's the kitty cat fabric. And it's going to be the quilting bee. And I've already shown this one to you before, so I won't rehash it. That's going to be on some cream coloured linen. And that's this one here. It's got really nice colours. All sort of neutrally colours. Very pretty. So that'll be probably week 3. And then, last but not least, week 4 new start of Maynia will be the Stitcher. So I got this online. I can't remember the store. I'll have to have a look. I got it on Etsy. I should show you the... Let me just find the original. There it is. Because it's in colour where I just photocopied. That's just... The other day I just spent time photocopying them. So I've got a working copy. That way I don't have to worry about ruining the original. So this is a very neutral one, the Stitcher. And it's by Homespun Elegance, number 142. Designed by Sandra Sullivan, designs that reflect our American heritage. So I'm going to make the cat look more like Pearl and be more grey. And it's sort of all browns. And I didn't like her dress being brown. I thought that's just a bit too drab. Because if it's me, I'm going to make it have red hair and a pale blue dress. So I'll show you what I chose for that. I finished kitting it up yesterday. I went to Spotlight. You know, it's always the way. I come home and then I'll think of something else I wanted to make and I think, I needed to get stuff. Like I needed to get ribbon for my samplers roll and I didn't remember to do that. Hopeless. Anywho. So yes, I've got my working copy already. I've done that for the other ones. I did them in colour, but I was worried the colour might run out. And because it was sort of drab anyway, I thought, what's the point in doing it in colour? Anyway, so I've got this neutral sort of... this is coming out really pale, but it's actually a more tanny coloured fabric. This is one I got from Motifs by Hand, I think. And one of them was ale and the other one was a picture this plus something, I can't remember. Hopeless. And what I did for the colours, they're all DMC for this one. Oh, here it is. Hopeless. Motifs by Hand. So if you check them out on Etsy, excellent service. Thank you, Tash. And great communication and everything. So if there's any hold-ups or anything, you're aware of it. And because some stuff has to come from America. So that's where you can find them on Etsy. And it's R&R Reproductions Old Town Blend 32 count 13 by 17 inches. So this is the called for colour is 612. 739. Some of them you got to blend together. 610. It's like a brown. And then for Pearl, for the grey, I'm going to blend a darker grey that I already have and this light grey, which is called O2, which might actually be considered blue. Softest grey blue, which will be fine for putting in Pearl. And, oops, and then there's another one that's a called for one, which is 613, which is like an off-white beige. And then for my hair, I'm going to blend these two colours together for the hair on the lady that to make it look like me, is 921 and 920. Sort of burnt orangey reds, but I think they'll blend well together. We'll see. Can always pull it undone, can't I? And then for the dress, instead of doing a brown dress, so boring, I'm going to do... I thought you can't really put a bright colour because it'll be too, like, out there for the rest of it's all neutral, and then all of a sudden, like, pow, there's, like, bright bottle green or something like that. So I just got this nice pale blue, which is DMC 168. It's just a really nice pale blue. So I thought that'll be just a nice subtle touch for colour. And then the pattern comes with the pattern didn't come with any of the buttons or anything and the little charms. And on here you can see there's like mother of pearl buttons, little tiny ones, which I still have yet to get. I can get those later. But there's a little charm of a pair of scissors. Now I couldn't find the exact same shape scissors, but there's room enough there that if I leave off the button there, I could move the K over a bit and then fit the scissors that I found at Spotlight. So I went to Spotlight and they have these steampunk charms, and I found this one. So there's a pair of, little pair of scissors there. They're really cute, and so I can put them on. It also comes with like a spool of thread, a thimble, and obviously a little needle. I don't know what, I'll keep them for zipper pulls or something. That might be alright. So yeah, so I got that to go with that pattern. So that's week number 4. So that's my May Mania plans, and I'd love to hear what you're doing. So post it down below. Tell me how you're doing May Mania if you're doing it. I better put those threads away, otherwise I will forget for sure. Alrighty, now we're on to, sorry for the shaking then, I've got my iPad up on a ironing board, as you do. So now I'm going to do mail call, as Pam and Steph would say. I was contacted recently by someone on Instagram, and I'm not sure if she watches my Flosstube, but if you do, hello. And I don't know if she wants me to say her name. I'll worry about that. Hopefully I'll get to cut that bit out when I'm editing. But if not, I do apologise for just walking off and leaving you looking at a blank space. Wayne Sad just rang to say the Brisbane to Gladstone yacht race has just started and it's live streaming on Facebook if we wanted to check in on that. That's just not far from us, about half an hour by car is the Brisbane to Gladstone yacht race, and that happens every Easter. So let's get on to mail calls. So I'm not sure if I can say her name. She didn't say, so I won't say, but she had these anchor kits that she wasn't going to stitch because it was too hard for her to see anymore, and they're Australian, so they're these little fairies, and this one's on a wattle branch, which I absolutely love wattle. I can't even. And look at the thread. OMG. All that sparkle. That's going to be so pretty. I can't wait to start these, I have to say. And I think I'll still use the Ada. It's one piece of 18 count white Ada, 45 centimetres by 40, and the threads are anchor threads. Australian Wildflower Fairies in counter cross stitch. And the wattle is an acacia from Queensland. It is a small bushy tree with yellow wattle flowers. And it's my favourite. Although, if you have hay fever, not so good. So I love it, but it makes me sneeze. Beautiful. So that's that one. Thank you so much. I really love these. And this one is the Fuchsia Heath Fairy. And this native heath grows in coastal and sandstone ledges of New South Wales. The crimson flower is tipped with white. So that's beautiful. And it's got glittery thread as well on the 18 count fabric. And there's a few little rust marks on this fabric, so I might actually change to linen. But isn't that gorgeous? And then she had this other one, was a surprise that she must have started and never got finished, is the water lily fairy, which she had in this little pouch. So I'll just get the card out. And this one is gorgeous. Check that out. Isn't she beautiful? Very 1920s, 30s. Very lovely. I love the vintage look of it. So the blue water lily is a New South Wales water lily with beautiful flowers. It is raised well out of the water with heart-shaped floating leaves. So isn't that gorgeous? So I've got 3. There's a couple of others, I think, maybe one more or 2 more. There's a Waratah, which I wouldn't mind trying to get hold of, but they're not in print anymore, so they're very hard to come by. Aren't they beautiful? Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. And she didn't want any money for it and posted that at her own cost, so I'm going to send her a little gift in the mail. I have to get to organise that, but I will. So thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. I really appreciate that. That was very kind of you to think of me. Yeah, I really value that. So I can't wait to stitch those. Beautiful. So, what other mail call? Okay. Mail call. What have I got? Where did it go? I went on to Etsy and I looked for someone who was located in Australia because it's just cheaper postage. And I've come across this store called Dolly Mop Dandies for discerning strumpets, which I just love. And I got myself a pair of these cute embroidery scissors, but they're blunt nose, so they're perfect for when I travel to Perth. And like, super sharp, really beautiful. So, So I got those, and I did get another pair of embroidery scissors, but just in case by some chance Emily C is looking at my Flosstube, I don't want to show them yet. I want to wait for her to see them because they're really cool. And so once she's got those, I will share them with you on here on my Flosstube channel. But I got another pair of embroidery scissors, and they're really, really cute. And I think she'll like them. I think they will be her cup of tea. Anyway, non Flosstube related items. I'm also making a knitting a shawl with the triple treat shawl pattern. They have 3 different patterns in the one pattern, if you know what I mean. So there's like a different shape shawl, but the same stitches. So this is what I've started so far. So this is actually going to be, when it's blocked out, that'll be the top up here. And yeah, so that's coming along really nicely. And oh, do you like my little sheepy stitch marker? Oops. Oh, wait, I'm showing you the back. Okay. That's the front. And yeah, I got this cute little sheepy stitch marker. And so that won't take too long to knit up, and it's a crescent shaped shawl. It's really pretty. And I have to say, this is beautiful yarn. This is black wattle yarn, and it's an Australian alpaca yarn, but I think it's spun in New Zealand. Anyway, it's just this beautiful ice blue, and it's so soft. It'll be so nice against the skin. So I'm making this as a gift for someone, and that should be done soon. So you just sort of keep going with the pattern till pretty much you run out of yarn. So that's that one. And then lastly, I recently, because I always run into people when I'm out and about, because I stitch or knit whilst I'm on public transport, lining up in a long line, wherever, I'll be doing something crafty. And I often run into people and then I'm chatting and then they say, what are my details? And I never have a pen or a piece of paper handy, and anyway, so I just thought, and if I'm going to retreat and things like that, it'll be just easier. So I'll just cover up my number because I don't want to put that on the internet. But I got these cute little linen business cards done, and I just used they had this available, this design. So I just used that. And then on the back is my Instagram and YouTube details and my little saying, there's a hug in every stitch. So I put that on there. And because when I knit something or I make something as a gift, there literally is a hug in every stitch. I make it because I want someone to feel loved and cared for, and when I gift something, I give it from my heart. And so yes, there is always a hug in every stitch. So oops, I don't want to put that up with my details, so that's that. So I've got those, and my friends, that is all. The last thing is I'll just introduce you to Betsy, because you're probably wondering why I've got a dog toy sitting up there. She's holding the pillow, sheepy pillow that Laura gave me, that she stitched for me. And Betsy is a Boofle dog that you can get at the newsagents and things as a gift. And Wayne got her for me about 2 or 3 Valentine's Days ago. And she used to have this fluffy red jumper with "Love You" or something like that on it. But the jumper had come to the end of its days. It's sort of looking a bit had it. So I got a doll's outfit set. So it come with little tights and a little tutu skirt and this little jumper and the headband, but the headband doesn't fit because she hasn't got much of a head. So I just put it around her neck like a necklace. So that's Betsy. And she just sits up there and holds the pillow Laura made me. Get up there. Okay. So she just sit there. And Wayne got me a tulip bunny for Easter. I got him some Cadbury egg, like a big Cadbury egg with little solid eggs. And yeah, so that will be getting munched on in the coming week for sure. Boing, 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 boing. So whatever you're doing this Easter long weekend, I wish you a very happy Easter, or I should say hoppy Easter, and I hope you have a safe one. Just remember to pay attention on the roads, because even though you're a good driver, not everyone else is, and people have their minds on other things, or they're tired because they're driving long distances to head out to camping and things like that. So just remember, safety first, look after yourselves, and I hope you're getting lots of stitching done, and I'll see you next time. Till then, goodbye. Just a quick video because I totally forgot to grab this when I was showing my acquisitions, and my lovely friend Rebecca from my cross stitch group, she went to the Mirabilia retreat this year, and she very kindly picked me up and gifted me this beautiful mermaid chart from Mirabilia, designed by Nora Corbett, and she actually got Nora Corbett to sign it for me. How lovely is that? Thank you so much, Rebecca, if you're watching. And I can't wait to gather up all the bits for this one, as I've put a deposit down to do the Mirabilia retreat next February at Wyong. So thank you. And isn't it beautiful? I'll just do a close-up. Just gorgeous. Sorry, it's a bit out of focus. That's all. Thanks, everyone. Bye.